to What's Right with the World with your host, Glenn Ambrose.
Hey everybody, welcome to What's Right with the World. Going to Ben for our next story.
You can't see this,
Go get him,
guys.
Ben.
You can't see this, guys, but we're on a video chat, and he has a Bruins hockey stick that he brought with him from the trip down to Florida, and he is just playing with it like a. When we started this recording session, he was drinking something that was sugary, and I was like, "Oh man! By the time we get to the middle of What's Right with the World, you're gonna be a goof.
Fired up.
You're gonna be a goof, and here he is
playing goalie for the Boston Bruins in Florida.
So I think that you're really gonna like this story. It comes from CBS News.
Is it about the Bruins?
It is not. It is something even better. So former students got together to surprise a music teacher who changed their lives. This story is from Ponca City, Oklahoma. And basically a retired high school music teacher, Robert Moore, likes to pore over a list of 900 of his former students. He spent 30 years directing one of the greatest high school choral groups in the country. And he always said, wouldn't it be great to get these kids back together? Well, unbeknownst to Mr. Moore, a small group of students had been plotting a surprise for the past year. They lured him out to the country and then hit him with the greatest gift the teacher can receive. From across America and 3 foreign countries, his former students returned, nearly 300 of them, all to tell him about the huge difference he made in their lives. Many went into education, more pursued music, including John Atkins, who graduated in 1976. I had a 25-year career singing in the LA Opera and all around the country, and it wouldn't have happened without you, John said. So,
wow.
Yeah, this is amazing. And I feel a personal connection to this story. So I love it so much, and I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, of course you have the arts and how important it is to have kids in school be able to connect to that. But it's, the teachers being a teacher is tough, man. There's a lot of red tape, and there's a lot of parents coming at you, and there's a lot of difficult kids, and it's not an easy gig. But the ones that are supposed to be doing it and the ones that do it well just make such an impact on such an important time in a kid's life that it really can steer the direction of their lives. And I think it's just such a wonderful thing because, this 300 kids getting together for this, like that is, man, that's unheard of. That's unheard of for 300 kids to come back and get together to tell one person that, hey, you really made an impact on my life. I mean, I get choked up just thinking about it. Like that, that guy's got to be crying for like about a year and a half. I mean, that is just amazing. And what a testament to the kids and kids and adults that took the time out of their lives to come together and show. And not only can that impact the ex-students that showed up, because that's an act of giving that's going to affect them as well. But the teachers in that area, every teacher that hears about that around the world, that can affect.
Yeah.
Because it's evidence that what you're doing really does touch people.
Absolutely. To repay their debt of gratitude, the students rented out the old Ponkin Theater and put on one last show for their mentor. Their harmonic voices and their cumulative success are no doubt a testament to what a good teacher can accomplish in a career. I say good teacher, which is different from a likable teacher. Former students said discipline was huge. Mr. Moore was not warm and fuzzy, but they said that he would do anything they could to please him on that night, and they did just that. Tough teachers often go unappreciated for years, but if they're good, eventually the thanks thundering, giving the teachers an opportunity at last to show his students how he felt all along. That's awesome. As I said, I have a personal relationship with that story. Not in general, but my friend's father was a choral teacher and music teacher in this town where I am right now for 32 years, and had a very similar feeling towards his students and they have to him, and a former student, actually, he was in need of a kidney, and a former student's father unfortunately passed away in a tragic way, and the family donated the kidney to this music teacher.
Wow.
And they wanted to, and when they do that, you usually will do it anonymously. If it's a cadaver donor, a cadaver kidney, it's usually anonymous, but the family wanted the music teacher to know that it was from them, and that they wanted to do something for him because of all of the things that he had done for them over the years, the whole family.
Yeah, that's amazing too, and it's everything that we said about the first story. It's when you're putting out and it's when you're putting out good and it touches people's lives, then all of a sudden, it's amazing what comes around when you need it. A lot of people, call it luck and all that stuff, and it's amazing how often people that do the right thing for the right reasons, how lucky they get.
Yeah.
So it's not really luck, it's just what comes around goes around, and that includes good as well as bad. So you do the right thing. It's amazing how much good comes into your life.
And I always say, if you have if you had a teacher or a coach or a Sunday school teacher or something, or a mentor that did a lot for you and meant a lot to you, and they probably, they get the validation of teaching you and seeing you grow up and stuff, but reach out to them,
Yeah, especially in this day and age of Facebook, you can find people pretty easily. I found a high school teacher of mine, which there were not many teachers, administrators, or anybody else in that school. Well, I got along with a lot of kids, I think, but there weren't a lot of adults in that school that actually liked me, because I really wasn't likable. I just, I was not a pleasure to have in class, we'll say. Yeah. I was more of a pain in the ass.
I see that.
But I had, there was one teacher that just wasn't like that, No matter what my reputation was, he just treated me with respect and courtesy. And it was, I still remember that all these years later. And I remember a little while ago, it might have been a year or two ago, I saw him on Facebook, and I was like, wow, there's that teacher that, regardless of my reputation, he was really courteous and respectful towards me, which made me want to be courteous and respectful towards him, because, I know I wasn't giving it to adults, but they also weren't giving it to me either. So for him to do that really touched me. And I never gave that guy a hard time in school. Not once, because of the way he treated me on one specific occasion at the beginning of the year when I had him. He just handled it well. And it blew me away. And I reached out to him and thanked him for that, which was nice.
That's amazing.
I think he probably gets a lot of thanks, because he was a very likable guy. He's a good guy, but
yeah.
It's the only teacher I was reaching out to, at least in high school. There were probably some that I could reach out to in the younger years.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So, thank you very much, and keep spreading the love and positive news and share stories with us.
Yeah, and this story is certainly a good example of what's right with the world. So, take it to heart and know there's a lot of good going on. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk at you soon.
Glenn is available for life coaching sessions. To book an appointment or for more information, go to glennambrose.com, follow him on Facebook and Twitter, or click the link in the description of this episode.